Hey guys, it's Saga from TechWorks. I know you have already read the title and most of you are really mad and furious at me for even making this comparison. I still think you should watch the entire video before taking it out in the comment section. I made a similar video about the Mi A1 and the iPhone 7 Plus, and that is actually the most watched video on my channel. This time I was sure about not making this video, but Xiaomi again compared the images from the Mi A2 with those from the iPhone 10 in their launch event. So it's only fair that we again put their claims to test in this video. If you guys saw my dedicated camera review of the Mi A2, you know that it can take some incredible images in all lighting conditions. And that video got me really excited to compare A2's images with the iPhone 10. If you guys haven't watched it yet, I will leave a card to it on the top right corner of the screen and also link it in the description section. We all know that there is a huge difference between the price of both these phones, and you can buy 5 Mi A2 smartphones at the price of one iPhone 10. But does that automatically mean iPhone 10's camera is 5 times better than the Mi A2? I don't think so. The whole point of this video is to show you guys that you don't need to spend a huge amount of money to get a good set of cameras on your smartphone anymore. And this video will also show you how good the cameras on budget smartphones have got in the last couple of years. Now before we put Xiaomi's claim to the test, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the amazing videos coming up on this channel. Camera module on the Mi A2 looks exactly like the one on the iPhone 10, and both of them stick out of the back quite a bit. I don't want to take a lot of time telling you guys all about the camera specs, so here is a quick slide comparing all the camera specifications on both these phones. You can pause the video and check it out if you want. With that out of the way, let us take a look at some of the image and video samples from both these phones. Like with most of the smartphone cameras, both capture good images in daytime. There are plenty of details in all of these shots, and images from both the cameras are looking good. Colors are accurate from the iPhone 10 in almost all lighting conditions, while the Mi A2 tends to capture slightly cooler color tones. In Mi A2's dedicated camera review, we saw that it captures good dynamic range. But the iPhone 10 shows even better dynamic range even with the Hdr mode turned off. Here are shots from both the cameras with auto Hdr mode turned on. iPhone finds and captures much more light from the entire scene, making its images look brighter and better in this comparison. But if we look only at the images from the Mi A2, I think they look good on their own. Now here are a few images with the Hdr mode turned on. Here, Mi A2 is much more aggressive and produces a bit dramatic looking colors. But it handles darker and brighter parts of the images very well in these situations, and I actually prefer some of its images over those from the iPhone 10. As I have mentioned earlier, all of these images are filled with details. You might prefer one over the other depending on your color preference, but you can barely differentiate based on the amount of details present in these pictures. I think this itself is a big win for the Mi A2 considering its price. Secondary lens on the iPhone 10 can take 2x optically zoomed images, and this can come in handy in certain situations. Now because the secondary lens also has optical image stabilization, you can take shots like these even from an airplane. So having an OIS enabled secondary telephoto lens is a nice feature. Both phones can take incredible close-up shots. Focusing is fast and accurate on both, so the main subject that you are trying to capture is in perfect sharp focus. And thanks to very wide aperture on both primary cameras, background in these close-up shots is blurred out nice and evenly. When it comes to portrait shots, Xiaomi is very confident of this feature on their Mi A2, and rightly so. The A2 takes very good portrait images. Skin tones and colors from the iPhone are clearly better in these shots, but the A2 has also done a very good job for its price. At the price of about 90,000 rupees, iPhone 10 is automatically expected to be better at this. But the Mi A2 with its 17,000 rupees price point is also doing an excellent job in my opinion. iPhone shows better skin tones and dynamic range, plus the background in its images is compressed a bit more since it uses a telephoto lens to gather the background information. But we still can't deny the fact that portrait mode images from the Mi A2 are equally impressive on their own. Now Mi A1 was really bad at taking portrait images in lower or artificial light. But thanks to the pixel binning technology in the secondary camera of the Mi A2, it seems to be doing a good job in lower light portrait shots as well. Both phones are equally good at detecting the edges of the subject and separating them from the background while capturing portrait images of non-human subjects as well. Since it shows better dynamic range and the background is more compressed, I prefer the portrait images of objects from the iPhone 10. but I am equally impressed with the images from the Mi A2. I also like the fact that you don't have to move a few steps back for taking these portrait shots on the Mi A2 like you have to do on the iPhone X. Now as the light goes down, we start getting interesting results. While taking this shot, Mi A2 did not do a very good job of locking the focus, while the iPhone latched onto the focus and delivered a great image. But as we move to indoors and artificial lighting conditions, the difference between the two reduces quite a lot. Both phones capture good amount of details in these lighting conditions as well. Colors are a bit richer and better looking from the iPhone, but the overall images are equally impressive from the Mi A2. In some shots, we also see the Mi A2 capturing less noise in darker areas compared to the iPhone X, which in itself is a great compliment for the Mi A2. iPhone captured brighter images, but the Mi A2 was much better at handling the overall exposure of the scene. And in some of these cases, I actually prefer the images from the Mi A2 over those of the iPhone X. The 20 megapixel front-facing camera on the A2 again captures lot of details, but the overall colors, exposure and the skin tones are better from the iPhone X. Mi A2's front-facing camera takes much better images in lower light thanks to its pixel binning technology. Both these phones can take portrait images with the front-facing camera as well. iPhone again shows better colors and dynamic range, but the edge detection seems to be much better on the Mi A2. If you have multiple people in the shot, then iPhone's front-facing camera will only keep the person closest to the lens in perfect focus. But the Mi A2 does really well to keep everyone in focus, and this makes its image look so much better. Mi A2 also takes better low-light portrait shots. Here is a quick video from the front-facing camera of the iPhone X and the Mi A2. iPhone showed better exposure and dynamic range throughout the clip. Coming to the video performance, Mi A2 can shoot 4K 30fps videos. These videos are of good quality, but they don't have any kind of electronic stabilization. It does have electronic stabilization for 1080p videos, and they look really great. You can also take 1080p 60fps videos with the Mi A2, and I'm really happy with its video performance. iPhone clearly takes better videos with higher frame rate and bitrate options, but the A2 is also trying to do a very good job for its price. Choosing an overall winner for the camera in all departments is not as easy as it was last year while choosing between the Mi A1 and the iPhone 7 Plus, and this itself is a huge win for the Mi A2. If a 17,000 rupees phone can give a tough competition and in some cases perform even better than the iPhone X's camera, then honestly, I don't see the need to go out and spend 90,000 rupees plus on an iPhone if just the camera is your main concern. iPhone was better in some situations with more accurate colors, better dynamic range and overall better video performance. But with the price difference of over 70,000 rupees, I don't think these things even matter. For that much extra money, you're only going to get a marginally better camera performance from the iPhone X. Last year, when Xiaomi compared Mi A1's camera with the iPhone 7 Plus, it was actually funny for me. But this year, I don't think they were wrong in comparing the camera performance of these two phones at their launch event. They also compared A2's camera with the OnePlus 6, and that is going to be my next video. So definitely make sure you are subscribed to the channel and have the notifications turned on. What are your thoughts about the camera on these devices? Do let me know in the comment section. I know any Android versus iPhone video gets a lot of heat in the comment section. So I would like to ask all of you to be civil and respectful while commenting and replying to comments. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video and also subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos like this. You can also check out some of the other videos from this channel. This has been Sagar and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.